So I know that what we do offensively, once everybody believes, then you can create and you can have a lot of fun and a lot of wins, and that's what happens. So the faster I can get with the kids and get them to believe in themselves, believe in what we're doing, and play together as a team, then that great things can happen, and all depends on that chemistry to me.
Coach, I'm sorry, when did you actually make your decision? And also, the state of Texas has produced a lot of great high school quarterbacks. How enticing is that to be in a state that has those kind of quarterbacks?
Well, it's exciting to me, and I think one of the my decision to come here was I was very apprehensive of coming here when I left Honolulu. I wasn't sure I wanted to leave because of my feelings that I have and my heart for Hawaii. But I knew that the only way I was at Hawaii was that I was advised by Lee to go through the interview, even though I had been offered the San Diego Charger head job at that time. And the only reason I went to interview was because he said, "I've heard you've been talking about Hawaii all your, since I've known you. You owe it to yourself to go do it." And I did, and of course I took the job. And so with the opportunity here, I knew that I couldn't really make a good decision for my future without coming here and doing it. And to be quite honest, right up until last night, before I said my prayers, I was still feeling that my heart was still in Hawaii. And Hawaii will always be my home, and it's always going to have half of my being there. You don't spend as much time there like I did without those feelings. But the state of Texas excites me because of what we do. My starting secondary was all from Texas at Hawaii this year. And I know there's a lot of players within 30 miles of this campus, and I'm excited to get out and meet the coaches and compete at the level that we need to compete at to get those kids. And I do things a little differently. I'm different than your normal Texas coach, but I get it done and we win. And I'm really looking forward to the challenge.
Dr. Turner, $2 million is a lot of money each year. Do you worry about any resistance from the faculty? And will money be put into other areas of the program for assistance, recruiting, etc.?
Well, the number you used is the number you use, but the fact is we have increased, raised a good bit of money, and it's come from individuals who wanted to be sure that we were able to meet and be competitive at the salary level, not only for the head coach, but for a package for the assistant coaches. And so Coach Jones does have an increased package in the assistant coaches that he and Steve Orsini will be working with and filling each of those positions. But obviously that requires an increase with it also. And so what we have asked is for individuals to come forward and help make up the difference. Because obviously in running an athletic program like ours, ticket sales is a big driver of the income that's there. And when you're 1-11, there's not much ticket revenue. And so the sense is that as we improve, that certainly will increase, and that we believe these individuals are providing seed money and support, and we'll need their support in the future also, but hopefully in some different ways. But so the answer is it's a package proposal that private funds are providing, and Coach will have the resources he needs both from recruiting and from the standpoint of assistance to be able to do what needs to be done.
Coach, how much of your staff do you have at least put together in your mind, if not in place already, and how many of them are coming from Hawaii? Where are others going to come from?
Well, when I originally hired my staff from Hawaii, which I'm going to look closely at when I'm here, and I'm not in a panic to get the entire staff filled right now. I have a commitment from a number of the coaches in Hawaii that wanted to leave. I offered them all jobs. I believe they were all great coaches and all part of a great success. But the reason I hired a lot of the guys from Hawaii, and just to give you some background, when I went there, one of the problems that they had was the commitment to the program, and it was via the coaches. And so I hired only people with Hawaii connections that had a reason to stay in Hawaii. We lost coaches 3 or 4 a year, it seemed like, prior to me coming. Not many stay. They were rotated through like military families, and so I hired a lot of people with ties to Hawaii. Rich Miano, who played for me in Atlanta and played for me at Hawaii, played for the Jets and the Eagles for 13, 14 years. I asked him to come coach the secondary. I hired some high school coaches, and Sporting News called it the worst staff ever assembled when we did it. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the ones that have committed. I am going to confirm those probably in the next 3 or 4 days as I talk, and then I have already talked to some other coaches that have Texas ties, which is important to me for the same reason, to zero in on the connection here in the state to focus on student athletes.
Steve, what were the last 24 hours like for you? And you were probably saying your prayers last night.
Yeah, well, I put my faith in the hands of the men that are here today. That I said they're men of their words, and I believe that, and we're here today to show proof of that. So, until you get your person, you don't have your person. It's a courtship, that's kind of the way I always like to describe it, and usually I don't ask the question until I know the answer. I'm happy to say I did know the answer, but I wasn't sure I knew it when I asked it, meaning, would you be our coach yesterday? And
The
so
short
here we
answer to that is he's been real nervous.
Can you tell? They didn't let me down, and I know he won't let me down from here on either.
Coach Jones, you said you excel, or someone said you excel at rebuilding programs, but you built Hawaii into, you went to a BCS Bowl. Why do you want to do this again? Why do you want to, if you want to do a job, why not go to one that's in a better spot than SMU is right now?
Well, like I said, I think SMU is ready to go for the reason that I said before, and so that intrigues me and excites me at the same time. I think that Hawaii is making if they make the right decisions, I feel comfortable that they're going to continue to win. There's a lot of good young football players on that team, and in our business, you never get an opportunity very much to do something like this, come to an opportunity like this, and God has blessed me to be able to do that, and benefit my family and myself with a lot of great people alongside. And it's like Lee and I were talking earlier about pro football. The opportunities in pro football. There's very few front offices and owners that have the atmosphere that I felt yesterday in the committee meetings and at the dinner and at Jerry's house. Everybody is pulling together and is trusting Steve Orsini, and that's what you have to do. And you got to get the right people, and it's about people. And I sensed that in the 24 hours yesterday. In fact, I was up, I want to say, almost 40 straight hours or 44 straight hours for the last 2 days, and I sensed that immediately.
Coach Jones?
Yes.
Well, welcome to SMU.
Thank you.
You were able to develop Colt Brennan into a Heisman Trophy candidate at Hawaii. Can we expect similar things here at SMU? And also, I know that's a loaded question, and also SMU suffered a lot in terms of close games last season. Do you believe you have the tools necessary to help this team succeed in the fourth quarter and late in overtime?
Well, they're both good questions. I have had a lot of experience with a lot of quarterbacks, not just Colt. Warren Moon, certainly Jim Kelly, to name a couple that you're getting old. I'm watching TV that they're going into the Hall of Fame, and I coached them both.
Hall of Famers,
and but certainly that is a strength that myself and our staff has in being able to identify who those kids are, and what happens because we have a history like that. Kids now start to call you, and sending you tapes. So it really comes down to evaluating